Now,
Any more questions?
Yeah, right there.
Mr. Smith?
okay,
Mr. Smith, yes.
yeah,
So you make a differentiation between ghosts and say what people consider evil or demonic spirits? Like there are two types?
the
like
difference
two
between
different
ghost
sides
and
of
evil spirit.
Yeah.
I think that's more of your belief. I tell you the truth now, I may be a little off here, but I ain't believe in no evil spirit. Don't come tell me nothing with no evil spirit. And don't come tell me nothing but what the devil caused me to do. The devil can't cause me to do nothing. If Alphonso Smith did something, Alphonso Smith did that. You see, the thing is, we give more power to the devil than we give to God. Yeah, you can't make me do nothing, boy. Make me do what? You drunk it. If I do something, Alphonso Smith did that. And then if the devil could have caused you to do all these things, then why, when you charge in front of the court and you're convicted, why doesn't the judge send the devil to jail? He don't send the devil, he send you. So a lot of this thing is your belief. I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
So you don't think they can, if the evil spirits do exist, they don't have any influence over people in day-to-day life?
Yeah, they have influence over people. People who believe they have influence over them. They ain't got no influence over me. None whatsoever. If I do something, Alphonso Smith did that. Evil spirit could. You see, all of these things, man, is your belief. Everything comes from the mind. If you believe certain thing, that's it. If you believe certain thing is a certain way, that's the way it's going to be. I used to be afraid of flying. I was terrified when I go to the airport to get on an airplane to go any place. While I'm up there in the airplane, when the airplane land right, I go left to balance it out. When the airplane go up, I go to balance it out. I was afraid of flying until I read a book by Linda, I can't remember her name. And after I get you reading that book, she said something in that book that I must do, or anybody should do when you get on the plane to go someplace. Say to yourself, this is a lovely flight, I love to fly. I said that 1,000 times. Every time I get on that plane, I sit down, this is a lovely flight and I love to fly. Now I could go, sleep, eat, do all kinds of things on the airplane now. I don't worry about it no more. It's in your mind. And we want to get to that stage where we gotta keep these negative stuff out of your mind. It's just like right now, crime in the Bahamas. And what we do is we concentrate on crime. Crime is not a product. Crime is a byproduct. Something is causing crime. What we need to do is concentrate and find out what this something is that is causing crime and deal with that. But no, we dealing with crime. And telling me that you arrest somebody who've committed murder or raped my daughter or your daughter ain't no help to me. What you telling me that for? You're supposed to tell me how you prevent that from happening. So when the commissioner of police get up there and say, well, we arrest this guy and arrest him. What do you mean you arrest him? You're supposed to tell me how you prevent that crime. The police force the duty of police officers is to protect life and property and the prevention of crime. Ain't saying that but no detection. So what the police force should be doing is putting their best team of investigators in the area of crime prevention rather than in the area of crime detection. Because detecting a crime ain't helping somebody who loses a mother or a father or something like that. So it's a whole lot of things we need to look at differently today than the way it was looked at some time ago. The things that you did 50 years ago in the Bahamas to whatever. Might have been good 50 years ago, but now you can't use that same system to do things today. You have to change as time goes on. When you made a decision 50 years ago, that was a good decision at that time, but then since then a whole lot of things change, which means that decision, when you look at that today, it was stupid. But then you didn't know that then because of the time.
Mr. Smith, you're not going anywhere yet. 1 minute, please. Okay, does anybody else have any comments or would like to share a story? This is Halloween. It's ghost story time. Well, I'll share one, and then you had, no, don't go. You had one about Green Turtle Key, right? There was something about Green Turtle Key, and there's a ghost of Green Turtle Key. Or maybe you could tell us one or two more.
Not Green Turtle Key, that's
okay, it was Abaco then. Okay, my mother-in-law was a nurse in the 1940s, 1930s, and she was a pioneering nurse because they gave her a machete and a horse, and she was stationed in Cat Island. Now she said in Arthurstown they had a couple of roads, but when anybody else was sick, and she was the only medical person there, then she'd have to get on a horseback, and she was a very good rider, having come from Long Island, and she would have to ride to these people. And she said one night somebody came to say somebody was having a baby, so she went, it was outside of Arthurstown, so once she got out of there, then she had to get her machete and start cutting through the bush, nighttime. And she said she saw this lady walking in front of her, and the faster she galloped, the faster the lady walked, and she could not catch this lady up. And she said, and she kept calling out, because she would have given the lady a ride on the horse. But this lady never looked back, and she said the faster she galloped, the faster that person walked. And I mean, she was a person of sound mind. But she said this actually happened. I also had an aunt who said this spirit in particular was always bothering her. And for years and years, and from she was a little girl until she was like a teenager, that this spirit was bothering her, but she thought this spirit was a dead person. And she said the spirit told her that the only way she could get rid of him was if she crossed the water. So she went to Connecticut, and she never was bothered by that spirit again. And I have another aunt from Long Island who said the same thing. The spirit used to bother her in Long Island, and the spirit told her the same thing. So I don't know what it is about crossing the water. You know anything about? But they can't cross water.
Yeah, they can cross the water. Okay. Some guys have supernatural powers. I have one. The ghost, tumbling tree ghost, and this in Cat Island. I didn't witness this. Somebody, a friend of mine, who he and I was in the police force together, gave me this story. His job in the family after school was to look after the animals and go and get feed to feed the animals with in the evening time. And he had to walk past this lady house to go and get the feed for the animals. And one day, after he get the feed for the animal and was returning home, he saw the lady sitting in front of the tamarind tree in the yard, and she spoke to the lady, and the lady didn't say anything. He thought that was unusual. So when he get home, before he got home, he walked down there 50 feet down the road, and then he thought, say, why this Madam X didn't talk to me? And he came back, and we got, she disappeared and gone. So when he got home, he told his mother he saw, and I used Madam X because I didn't want to use any name in the story. He told his mother he saw Madam X sitting in front of, under the tamarind tree in front of her yard. His mother said, what? And she just done dead? He didn't know. Mother said, what? And she just done dead? Anyhow, the mother got in a rage and said, boy, come, let's go down here to Madam X yard. She went down there with the son, and she talked to Madam X as if she was standing in front of her. She said, look, don't you ever fool with my son again. Don't fool. And she'd show her flare-tailed dress over her head. That's what my mother used to do all the time. Show her dress over her head and then talk. And this boy never saw Madam X again. She said, you saw Madam X and said she just done dead? And all of these stories, so, I mean, some of them you could hardly believe, but then they are true. They are true, you know. And so when people come to me and say, look, boy, I don't believe in ghosts, I just said, boy, I tell you, I wonder.